Hello everyone and welcome to my new video where I will be beating Benetzaron, the 12th map in the Deeper Dungeons expansion, by 14 minutes. The old record holder was also me, but the old record had no strategy whatsoever except from an over-reliance on warlocks and bile demons. It turns out I've learned a lot in the last 7 years, I think it is, 6 years. And I will be putting a lot of these strategies and tactics to good use. I hope you will enjoy. Let's go. First off, I start by summoning 4 imps. These imps are necessary to be able to cave this particular region and to claim the floor quickly enough. I want to have a 3x3 library as quickly as possible before the portal's claimed to give me the maximum probability of getting a warlock. There is a chance of getting a fly, of course, but I think it's 17 or 13%, and then you just restart. Then it's the digging. You dig to this hole here. You do it manually, of course. Here there are some better imps, namely imp level 10 and imp level 3, which will help us immensely. We chop out this particular region there to get the last of the skeletons, drop and expand the library, slap the warlocks and put the skeletons in. It's a fine difference how quick we can get speed. It's not do or die as it is in most other speedrunning scenarios, because speed is essential, but for this particular moment not so much. And I take the level 10 imp here because he has a bit more of HP to claim up there. I will be needing to fight those later, so I need to claim this square. And as you can see, my marker is level up, and I want to reach this level up box as quickly as possible. Sometimes some of the skeletons die. That's okay if they do. It's of course better if they live, because they're quite strong and I will be using them for the rest of the level. I make sure that the level 10 imp is claiming the rest of the floor up until the level up, and while he's doing that I will start to construct the first small treasure chamber. It will be providing us with a basic amount of gold. So this was a little bit unlucky. He actually decided to teleport to the heart in order not to die. Can't blame him. Drop the skeletons there. And this is basically the only time in the whole run where there will be time to do anything while we're waiting for the magic door to get destroyed. So I will be starting here to set up the gold mining, because of course as you might have figured out, if you have never played Benetzaron before, there is a point where there's a crazy amount of heroes are spawning. But if you have seen my full-length campaign run, you also know that they cannot spawn when you have 255 or more units. So we're going for the imp strategy, of course. You can see that they're fighting now with the wizards. So I will now be dropping an imp to get the level up. Let's see if we're lucky. We are lucky and we get the increased level. Perfect. This setup is a bit tricky. You need to chop very finely, and as you can see I took the level 10 guy again because he has more HP, because sometimes there's a dwarf here and the level 10 imp he can take a bit more of hits. I make sure to trigger the priestesses so that they spawn there, so that they don't spawn later and ruin the run. Here I am trying to find a skeleton with a suitable amount of HP, and apparently he was the one who had the most HP. We clip through the wall. I want to trigger all of the, or make it possible for all of the heroes to come to the pond of water. You might have noticed I set up the guard posts in that fashion there. It will make their AI, the pathing they will get stuck at this point. So by preparing it in this fashion, I can now make sure that all of the heroes that are, well, they think they have a path to my heart, but they don't. So, and they get stuck. So I trigger that, and they will come there too. There are also a set of samurai in here, and of course they're very strong, but they will get stuck as well, and we will be dealing with them later. And then the only area of the map which is you cannot channel these into the pond, it's here, so I'll have to deal with them manually. And we'll do this by doing it with the skeleton. The Benetzaron is actually a quite challenging map, not only from a speedrunning perspective. There are a lot of RNG factors that can go wrong, but I think also for casual playthrough there are really death traps. You need to be quite good at the game to deal with this if you are unprepared. But it's a creative map. I mean, when you play it through in a normal fashion, you can there are multitudes of ways you can do it. You can farm vampires, or you can get boulder traps, or you can just get mistresses. I mean, they shred most of the things. But you can see I bait the barbarians into the rock, so I don't have to deal with them myself. Now I'm trying to just get rid of this guy. Actually, it's quite nice that she throws gas like this, because barbarians are quite tough, and it helps me deal with them. The biggest obstacle here, of course, are the priestesses. And you might think this is slow. It is maybe a little bit slow, but we're waiting for temple to be researched anyway. It's possible that the strategy can be improved so that you can get temple quicker and that you could just leave this to other units. But the thing is, they are quite strong. As you can see, I get struck a couple of times and he almost dies. So there is not that big of a margin for error. So that's why we deal with them manually. And as I said, there are no moments to actually build something. But this is a rare occasion, because now I am waiting for temple. And then I can take the opportunity to build some things. Maybe I could have speeded the dragons and the warlocks in order to make sure that I have temple ready for this point. As you can see, they are all handsomely stuck here. Some of my skeletons went and they died, because they do that sometimes. They just run into this massive pool. You can see he's coming there in the minimap. He's having a death wish, this skeleton. Stupid little... yeah. Trying to save him, he will be relevant for later. It's not the end of the world if he will go to die, but the more you have in the end, the faster it goes, but it's faster by a couple of seconds. So it's not that important, of course. Now we're in the setup of the imp summoning phase. And you can see now I got lightning, and lightning is my cue to... oh, picked up some warlocks there, why not? And skeletons went to try and kill themselves again. Yeah, they do that. So I make sure I summon an amount of imps before I start doing this, and this was really unfortunate. You can see the skeleton, or it was a dragon maybe, killed himself there. And the problem is that when he did that, you can see all of the dwarves, they started to activate protect monster, because they have that spell, and they are now immune to lightning, which is really annoying. Luckily I still have the skeletons. Ideally this would have just been lightning. They would all have been dead by now, so I wouldn't have cared. I could have used the skeletons up here. Not a bit, I mean, as you can see, I have a surplus of other units anyway. And as all units here are dead, I will sell the guard post. The thing is, in this map, is that there is a trigger which activates the final phase of the level, which is the thing that makes this level devilishly difficult if you're unprepared. When there are 5 units left in the map, a series of heroes will start to spawn in, and they are not weak. Some are weak, but there are also some quite strong parties, and if you don't have, well, basically mistresses, warlocks don't really work anymore because they all have the rebound spells, so you just kill yourself. So that's what happened when if you get 5 units, but I've hidden 5 units, 5 enemy units. There are 5 barbarians in the gold seam to the south, which is why I don't chop that gold seam. And there are 2 thieves in the room to the top right. These are the 5 that I need to keep in order the kill switch not to trigger. And I also have a pocket. You might have noticed that the gold seams to the northwest, I haven't claimed them yet. That's because there are 5 more heroes there. These 5 are quite weak and easily accessible. So when I get enough imps, I will send in all the troops to kill them, and then there will be 5 units left in the map and the kill switch will trigger. But I will already have pushed the limit of creatures available on the level to 255. So every time it tries to spawn a wave, it will just say the wave has spawned, and if white has 5 or less creatures, keep spawning the waves. And of course he never has it, so I just win instantly.
The gods are pleased with your sacrifice. The gods are pleased with
As I've mentioned, there are some small optimizations to my current strategy. It's very possible that there is a better strategy out there, but yeah. So they need to kill every hero in this pocket before the guys will come, giving me some time to prepare. And you can see the last guy is over there. I summon an imp. Sometimes, if I'm not fast enough, there will be a dwarf in this pool, which is why I'm dropping the skeletons here. But there was no dwarf this time. And I will win. I will be a little bit surprised, but I will suddenly win. And there we have it, Benetzaron in 11-12. And as you can see, it's clearly evident that you can go below 11 on this map if you do it properly. The question is, can you even go under 10? I think it might be possible. I'm not sure I'm up for it right now because as you can see, I have a lot of attempts on this map, and most of them are in the beginning, because that's when things mostly go wrong, and sometimes also the AI behaves poorly. So I've also managed to improve my record on Dixerox, so you will see that one as my next level. Probably at some point I might go back to full game run also, but it takes a lot of effort to run full game, and on a regular day you get by 3 or 2 attempts at it. So we'll see. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy this. If you have any questions, as usual, I'm happy to answer it. And if you like this game as much as I do, as a casual player or as a speedrunner, then please join the Discord. It's a fun Discord. We have all the Discord things, and we have the devs of the Keeper FX expansion pack, which if you haven't downloaded, just go and download it. It's fantastic. Yeah, have a good one. Until next time. Bye.